Hello and welcome to Hello, This is the Doom Show. I'm Richard.
I'm Brad.
This is a landmark episode, everybody. We are going to pick apart the films of Rob Reiner, starting with Little Miss Piggy, the movie from 1978. Brad, what's the rest of it?
Well, this is where the part where you call me meathead.
Never. I'd call you neatly made bed.
Neatly made bed.
What an insult. Hey.
Sorry.
Okay, folks. So we left you with a cliffhanger last time as to what Brad and I were going to talk about. And we left you clues. And in case you're looking at the title of this episode, you know what it is.
If you found your way to the computer and were able to download it, you probably saw the title.
A lot of our listeners actually have transcribers type up the show and then they read it later. So
that is probably not exactly Hemingway.
Yeah. Good thing we have like 100 hours of show. It's probably way more than 100.
Probably.
Yikes. Who would have thought? We're just taking up all the content of the world.
All the time that you have.
Soul Survivors 2001.
2001.
Let me explain how this happened, okay? Way back in the Kindred episode of the show, we discovered that Stephen Carpenter had directed Soul Survivors. And I think that's where Jeffrey got the idea when when it was time for him to pick a movie for us. And all hell has broken loose since then.
Mm-hmm.
Brad has quit the show 3 times, and that was just during the viewing of the film. Just kidding, Brad's still here. No quitting.
I was just quiet so you'd think that I'd quit again.
Oh, shit. You're a good actor.
I would like to say we've been doing this show for a while and neither one of us have ever quit.
That's true. We went off in our separate ways, and you wrote that treatise on leopards, and I starred in that porno.
I think you're confusing the two. I believe it was you that starred in a porno with a leopard.
You just filmed it. Whoa. As a joke, I asked Brad, to pick a movie for Jeffrey and I. Brad jokingly said The Bloodsucker Leads the Dance. And I took it seriously, and Jeffrey and I suffered through it. So in order to make sure that we never do this again, Jeffrey picked Soul Survivors.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll never challenge each other to watch bad shit again, because clearly Jeffrey won.
Well, initially I was kind of excited because I had not seen the film.
Oh my God. And
I am a fan of a lot of the newer horror. I don't know if this is quite teen horror.
This is a teen horror movie through and through.
Yeah, I just don't want it to be. I bought it, which it was cheap, and I'm never going to get that $5 back.
Never.
Certainly not out of Jeffrey. No. I like to think of it as 2001, a crap odyssey.
That's very apt. I think, how about this? You send me your copy, and I'll sell them both as a set on eBay.
Yes. Actually, if you want me to be frank with you and honest, which I think we all value honesty.
Go for it.
It's against the Geneva Convention to own 2 copies of this film. So I don't want war crimes.
Okay, no war crimes for this podcaster.
Eternal Father, Let perpetual light wash over them. May they rest in peace.
For every soul taken.
Sometimes I feel like he's still here with me. I mean, really here.
There is one left behind.
Hey there. I miss you. You gotta get out of here, girl. Because I feel like dancing.
For every new love.
I'll settle for nothing less than friends for life.
Deal.
And one kiss.
We're on the road for the first time, Cass. We can do anything. No boundaries.
There is one that won't die.
Cass. I saw him.
I'm worried about you, Cassie.
Sean's not coming back.
Cassie.
You think I'm crazy? I am not crazy. We're getting out of here. I'm not going anywhere. I like it here.
There's no one out here.
He was here. He was right there.
You're in trouble.
Now, for the first time ever, comes the Soul Survivors Killer Cut on VHS and DVD, including hot footage never before seen in theaters. Twice the terror. The Soul Survivors DVD, available in collectible holographic packaging.
All right, kick us off with your synopsis.
Okay, I'm gonna read from the DVD, which that's the sound of the DVD in my hand. So I'm gonna read from the back of it so that we know what this movie's about. After a night of partying, college freshman Cassie and her friends are involved in a bloody car accident that turns into a horrifying tale of the supernatural. Overwhelmed by startling hallucinations, Cassie's grip on reality slips further as she begins a desperate race against time to learn who her real friends are, who wants her dead, and who will be the sole survivor. That's it.
Yep.
There. That's how I feel about that. I don't even know where to start. I mean, I got some notes. Oh, no, wait. Brad, would you read me your notes?
I wrote, Casey Affleck is terrible. Casey Affleck is terrible. Casey Affleck is terrible. Wes Bentley, also terrible. The painting scene, the shower scene. Elisha Dushku and Katie Lang making out is the grossest thing I've ever seen. Luke Wilson is terrible. Soul Survivors is terrible.
All right. Well, that kind of sums it up. I mean, really. What did Elizabeth say about it?
Elizabeth said, I wanted to like this film, but I couldn't because it's awful.
Oh, man. Done deal.
She also said she was mad at Jeffrey.
Oh, no. You don't want that you don't want that kind of hurt. He'll make it up to her.
No.
We'll all make it up to Elizabeth at this point.
I have tried since we watched it, and I have failed thus far.
Hey, I got your back, homie.
I appreciate it.
Okay. I got some notes here. I won't read you all 4 pages. I expected Brad would love this movie, so I took a lot of notes. Then when I found out he didn't like it at all, I just highlighted the important stuff.
And I don't know whether to feel bad that you thought I'd like it and it caused you to write 4 pages of notes, or to feel bad that you think that I would like it.
Definitely the latter. You should be really grossly offended. Okay, here's what I got. Beginning of the movie, there's a frat party at a frat house, I guess, and this chick named Kathy, who is really important to the whole plot, is leaving. She's important because she dies. But her boyfriend leans out the window drunkenly and says, "Friends don't drive drunk friends home." and then he passes out back into the window.
Uh-huh.
So, this is a comedy.
Right. Hilarious.
As this girl is walking home, the most important character in the whole movie, who I call Leather Pants Danzig, and then later I started calling him Tall Danzig.
Right.
And after that, it was just TD. So the Tall Danzig stuck.
Right.
But, she's followed by this masked killer. It's one of those guys with a clear mask on. The funny thing with them is that when they kill this chick, they grab her, they duct tape her mouth, they slice her wrist, and she dies instantly. Like, the life leaves her eyes with, like, a few drops of blood. It's fucking great.
But it has absolutely nothing to do with the rest of the film.
Nope. Not at all. We cut to Melissa Sage Miller as Cassie. We got her and Casey Affleck, who plays Sean. I love the way Casey Affleck talks. Like, yes, he's terrible in this, of course. But his voice is one of my favorite weird guy voices.
Oh my gosh.
It's like...
It was part whisper. It was like a loud whisper. Does that even make sense? It doesn't,
no,
because that's what it was.
Dude, I know exactly what you're saying. Trust me.
Yeah.
She's going off to college. Her boyfriend is helping her. Matt, who's Wes Bentley's character, he used to be like her boyfriend. Like, they were in love. Now she's with Sean. So Matt is with Annabelle, played by who?
Elisha Dushku.
Yes, they're together. They're going off to college. It's like one of those, this is the first day of the rest of our lives,
Exactly.
So, of course, they're all going to die horribly. Oh, I don't want to spoil anything.
Too late.
It's important I tell you that they go to college because there's another frat house and another frat party going on. And the only thing important about this frat party is there's this amazing dancing guy in the background. Did you see the dancing guy?
I did.
Like, he was thrashing around. Hey, we got a phone call. It's unavailable privates. Hello? What?
So my name is Ron. I'm calling you from Windows Technical Department. And this call is about your computer, okay?
No, thank you. I have a computer.
You should have asked him if he liked Soul Survivors.
He did. Didn't he sound like a Soul Survivors fan to you?
He did.
Okay.
You can tell him right off.
Oh, man, that was funny. Anyway, that poor guy. I shouldn't pick on telemarketers. I'm glad you saw the awesome dancing guy. He looked like he was having a fit of some kind. After this awesome frat party, Sean makes a promise to Cassie. And this is why I think this is a big teen movie. He's like, if you ever need me, come back to this spot. And he's talking about this little gazebo on the college campus. And it's just really unrealistic because I work at a college and there's no gazebos.
No.
No.
It's a fallacy.
Ooh. A recurring theme in this is leather. There's a lot of leather pants, leather skirts, leather jackets.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of leather Danzigs.
Leather Danzig.
They go to a rave and there's lots of crazy dancer types and gay lesbian guys.
It doesn't look like 2001 to me.
Oh God, I have an observation about this movie that I think you will find interesting. After the rave, they get into this car accident, and of course, Sean is killed, but Wes Bentley and Eliza Dushku and Melissa Sage Miller, they're all okay. But now Annie is like all goth and stuff. And now she's hanging out with, you said it before, she's hanging out with good old Katie Lang.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh yeah, when they come over to Cassie's dorm room, she has a Sean shrine.
Yeah.
And you can tell that Katie Lang is like, ugh.
Ugh.
Oh, by the way, Katie Lang is not actually Katie Lang. It's an actress named Angela Featherstone, and she plays Raven. But it's so funny. Like, the people who did her look just did this vampish Katie Lang thing to her. It is so funny.
They obviously hated her.
Yep. They did not like this actress at all. She's being pursued by these two evil guys, the guy in the clear mask and Tall Danzig. Everywhere she goes, she sees them. She's having like these nosebleeds in class and just having trouble following, paying attention because the ghost of her dead boyfriend is hanging around. Then she has dreams of a doctor drilling into her head to release pressure in her swollen brains and whatnot. After this scary moment where she wakes up screaming in class, which, can we never do that in movies anymore?
I haven't seen it in a while.
I mean, I don't know. How many times has that happened? Where someone's having a nightmare in class, horror movie or not, where they wake up screaming in class.
It used to happen quite a bit.
It's probably happening to someone right now.
Probably.
Anyway, she's she's leaving school. She's walking across campus. She meets the hot priest named Jude, who's played by, who's your favorite actor?
Luke Wilson.
Is he terrible?
Yes. The thing is that some of these actors that are terrible in this are not terrible actors.
Right. Absolutely
but
not.
Everything is so stilted.
Mm-hmm. It's funny you mentioned stilted. When Cassie meets Jude, so Melissa Sage Miller and frickin' Luke Wilson are having their first scene together. They are both trying not to laugh. That scene is so uncomfortable because it's serious, but these two actors are barely holding it together. Like, this is probably take 106, where they finally stop laughing at this stupid-ass dialogue.
It's bad. It's real bad.
The craziest moment in the movie is when they're painting the apartment. I believe this scene made it into your notes.
Yes, this was a scene out of a movie for tweens.
Yep.
Like they're painting and then they start painting each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it was embarrassing to me as a person.
Oh, absolutely. It's sexy painting. They're painting with Wes Bentley, Eliza Dushku, and Melissa Sage Miller, and they're getting paint on each other, and then they're painting him, and it's all ha 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 ha. I wrote down in all capital letters, "This is not how college happens."
I've not been to college, but I've driven past the college several times.
Did you look in the windows? Because that's all you see.
Just everyone is so busy painting each other, I don't know how anyone gets a degree. Even worse, the painting scene leads to the shower scene.
Oh my God.
Where they get in the shower with their clothes on to get the paint off their clothes.
Yep.
That doesn't really work.
No. Why would you paint water-soluble... Bleh. Why would you paint your walls with water-soluble frickin' paint?
I don't know. Who made this movie? Who paid for it?
Amazing people. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go into the whole... There's some connections here. I swear. This is all going to make sense pretty soon.
Okay.
Just a couple more scenes, I promise. And by a couple, I mean 6.
3.5 more pages of notes.
I swear I'm on the second page already.
Okay.
So yeah, actually. All right. Anyway, there's a creepy library sequence that I like, and Cassie sees Annie and Raven having lesbianic time.
Uh-huh.
And there's this amazing moment in the unrated version, because remember, this was PG-13 when it came out in theaters, y'all.
This is the killer cut.
Yep. Oh my God, yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
She totally pops open frickin' Raven's top and boobs are flying out. And I had to rewind it, so I'm like, no way that this actress would show her breasts in this movie. No way. It has to be a body double, but dude, it's her. Like, I know she's not.
It's her.
Not, what's that?
No, it's her, yeah.
I know that Angela Featherstone isn't like a big time super Hollywood person, but who would show their tits in this? Seriously. Oh, and I have to look up an actor. This is important. This might not be important, but I'm trying it anyway.
While you're doing that, I will say that when they're wheeling Cassie into surgery, that is a cool shot. I did enjoy that. That was the one shot that I really liked.
No, yeah, that is a good shot. There's some traces of style here. It really does happen.
It's purely accidental.
Okay, so I had a revelation about Tall Danzig. That actor is a stuntman, and
really?
His name is Ken Marino. He is credited as Hideous Dancer.
Wow.
Yes. But he reminds me of someone when he's like got the long hair and he's walking through the streets following Cassie.
Uh-huh.
He looks like Michael Wincott. Do you know Michael Wincott?
He does. I do, from The Crow.
Yeah, and a bunch of other stuff.
Yes.
He is awesome. I wish it had been him.
Michael Wincott always reminds me of Dennis Leary.
Oh yeah, but way better.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
I wrote down that when she's being chased and nearly killed by Leatherface Mask Man and his buddy, the cops don't believe her because they're racist against head injuries. Someone actually says the line, I think it's Jude in a dream sequence or something. He actually says to Cassie, "You're lost in a world you don't understand."
She wasn't the only one.
We're all lost here. Okay. Favorite scene. No joke. Favorite scene in the whole movie. Finally, Cassie's getting tired of how weird everyone's being. She's tired of seeing Matt and Annabelle, or Annie, as they like to call her, with all these creepy people and acting sketchy, you know? So she confronts Annie in the pizza place, this pizza shop sequence. Oh, I love it. The cattiness comes out, and Annie gets pissed off and calls Cassie a murderer. So, of course, she punches her in the face.
Yes.
Oh, God, that scene is so great. And not for the violence, it's just for the bitchiness. It's so funny. Like, all of it is great.
She flip a table over or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She, like, falls over a table. All right. Last two things about the plot, and I swear we're done talking about this plot. They go back to this rave again for the climax of the movie, blah, 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 blah. And this time, Cassie sees Annie and Raven making love in a stall. And I think Raven goes, "Love these unisex bathrooms."
Oh my gosh. So bad.
Oh my
so bad.
And the last thing I'm going to say, this is a spoiler alert. If you even give a shit that I'm spoiling this whole movie right now, you're crazy. Talking to you, Brad. No, I'm talking to listeners, of course.
I'm listening, though.
Cassie was in the hospital the whole time.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum. Annie and Matt were dead, and Sean has been trying to talk Cassie. I'm almost getting confused. Cassie out of this coma she's been in the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
there's a code. There's even a coda to that, though.
Oh no, I know. So I just wrote down that there's some real humdingers in the reveal, like the fake out sequences and everything, and how everything comes to light, and she ends up back with Sean in the real world after she wakes up. What else did did we miss anything there?
No. The problem with this film is that nobody's very likable at all.
No.
You do not care what happens to any of them.
Mm-mm.
There is no suspense. There's very little tension. Your first thought is, she's dead. But surely that's not it, because that's a pretty familiar trope.
Right.
In horror. So that's probably not it. And you get to the end and you're like, well, I was right. She's not dead. Everyone else is. Great. And I watched the deleted scene that you told me to watch.
Oh, it's
that summed
brilliant.
it all up. And I wish I had watched it instead of the film.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure that I could have just bullshitted my way through this. But
Oh, totally.
her and Casey Affleck go visit the graves.
Oh, my God.
And then they walk off.
Okay. That's all you got from it?
That's all I got from it.
You didn't see the most important part of that whole fucking moment? Okay, I apologize for making you watch the deleted scene, but it was really important, dude. Okay, so I flipped through all the deleted scenes because I'm an idiot. But the funniest thing about this is Casey Affleck and what's-her-face, Sage Miller, walk up to this grave and they're talking about how sad it is, what happened to their friends and blah, blah, blah. Then they show the grave. Not graves. They show the grave. And it's got Matt and Annabelle's name on the grave.
Ugh.
So they fucking buried them together?
I guess.
Was that their wish? Was that in their wills?
I just wish I was buried in that grave with them.
Oh my God, it's so funny though. Oh my God. So yeah, I wrote down that 2001 never felt so 1998 before.
I'm telling you, dead on.
But you know what's funny is that Sage Miller, what's-her-face, she frickin' was in a very important movie at the same time they were making this. Because of course, there's audio commentary from her. Melissa Sage Miller, I keep forgetting Melissa. She does these horrible audio commentaries on the disc that we watched, explaining a bunch of scenes and stuff. And she's explaining these scenes like this is the most complicated plot ever. But then she just feels stupid talking about it. But she revealed that at the same time they're making this, she was making Get Over It.
Which is a much better film, I assume.
Get Over It is our favorite teen comedy of all time in the Schmidt house.
Really?
Yep. I kid you not. Get Over It is a classic. And of course she plays a bitch. It's funny.
Wow.
Because she wasn't likable in this movie.
I like Elisha Discu. I've always liked her.
Yeah.
Since she was Faith on Buffy and Angel. I liked True Calling when I saw it. I liked Dollhouse. Wrong Turn. I like Wrong Turn. And the material is just not there.
No, this was written by a baby trying to interpret what teenagers would want.
The opening scene that had nothing to do with the rest of it, looking back, I'm like, that's kind of like Messiah of Evil, how that opening scene has nothing to do with the rest of the film, except for Messiah of Evil, it's a much better film.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Stephen Carpenter, who did this and The Kindred and The Power and something else.
The Dorm That Dripped Blood.
Thank you.
Too?
I could not remember that. He freaking wrote and directed this.
Well, he's clearly an auteur.
Oh my God, it's brilliant. But yeah, this to me is totally pandering to teenagers, even though it's this unrated cut or whatever, because they obviously failed to reach teenagers with the PG-13. This was a $14 or $17 million movie, depending on which site you believe about the budget, and it made worldwide $5 million.
It's just not that good.
Which is crazy. $5 million is amazing. If your movie cost $100,000 or, $1 million to make.
Or even $3 million.
They fucking, oh my God. Horrible. This is millennial edgy. And it just doesn't want to be a 90s movie. It's trying to set itself apart by, being badass, but it's so not badass at all.
I wanted to like it going in, because I never want to dislike a movie.
No. The sad part is,
but it's just,
I like this. But that's because it's 80 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it's short.
When Leanne and I were dating, our friend Kat rented this from Hollywood Video and brought it over like, hey, you guys been watching a lot of horror movies lately. I rented Soul Survivors, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember that one. And we watched it, and she was so embarrassed.
I bet.
That she had rented it. So it's like terrible. I know I just read an article about how you shouldn't watch movies ironically, but I don't care.
Uh-huh.
This is great.
I like some bad movies.
Mm-hmm.
I like movies that I think are good that other people think are bad, and then I like films that I understand are bad that I like anyway. This, for me, is just not one of them.
I'm going to say a little bit about the people behind this monstrosity before we move on. All right, so let's look at these producer credits. One of the producers worked on The Ring 2, and Stir of Echoes.
Wow.
And then another producer of this did Disturbing Behavior.
Which was a better film.
Which was absolutely a better film. Cheesy, but much better. Another producer, the only really truly successful producer of this, a gentleman by the name of Neil H. Moritz. This guy produced all the Urban Legend movies and the I Still Know What You Did Last Summer movies and Glass House, like all these freaking crazy PG-13 things. The Skulls Part 2. And he's still going. He's still going. Like, this guy's one of the Fast and Furious producers, blah, 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 blah. And then you have another guy, this is Stokely Chaffin. He also worked on the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies. He also produced Freddy vs. Jason and Snakes on a Plane. Oh my God. So the last person in the crew that's awesome, the cinematographer, Fred Murphy. Okay. This guy was the cinematographer on Freddy vs. Jason, Stir of Echoes, Mothman Prophecies, and, most importantly, Q, the Winged Serpent.
Q, the Winged Serpent.
Yep, 1982, y'all. So yeah, this is a team of people who thought they had their finger on the pulse of the nation's youth with these horror movies. And then they farted out this fart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I have to say about it. I'm done with this shit.
Wow.
So thank you for indulging me in that, because that was fun.
That was fun.
But we have a question time.
Do we?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my challenge to you, sir, I have a 2-part question time. The first part is pick 3 horror movies from the year 2001 that are better than Soul Survivors.
Right.
Would you like to go first?
Sure.
Let's hear them.
My first thought was to say all of them, any of them.
Oh.
But I'll tell you what was easy. I Googled 2001 horror movies, and the first 3 that came up, I just went with those first 3. Because it just so happens that I do like the first 3, but they are better.
Let's hear it.
And that would be Jeepers Creepers.
Mm-hmm.
The Others.
Nice. Very nice.
And Session 9.
Oh my God, seriously? I didn't know Session 9 came out that year. That's awesome.
After you have yours, I will mention some others. They're all better.
All right, yeah.
That
if you want, just do them now. I'm ready.
Well, I don't want to mention any that you have.
Oh, okay. I follow you. All right. I picked 3, and it was tough to stay out of Japan.
Right.
Because 2001 was a pretty good year for Japan. So I picked...
No doubt.
Tomie Rebirth. That's directed by Takashi Shimizu. I think it's the 3rd Tomie movie. It's considered by a lot of people the best one. Another one I chose, not in Japan, is one called She Creature.
Interesting.
And it's the director I'm not super familiar with. His name is Sebastian Gutierrez. But it stars Rufus Sewell and Carla Gugino. I'm probably saying her name wrong. But that's a favorite in this household. It's one Lietta rented. And we've actually really liked that movie. It's a lot of fun. It's a good monster movie.
According to the internet, it is also called Mermaid Chronicles Part 1,
Yep.
She Creature.
That was the first one of them that, yeah, they didn't make any more. And one we've actually talked about on this show, I think. I had to go back to Japan for Kairo or Pulse.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We did an episode on that a while back.
We didn't do one on Pulse, did we?
What was the double feature that we did?
Wasn't it Tommy
And Sick
Rebirth?
Nurse? Was it Sick Nurses?
and Sick Nurses? Yeah.
Oh. Well, anyway, Kairo Pulse is awesome. Thank you for remembering our shows. So those are my 3. What have you got?
13 Ghosts, the remake was better than Soul Survivors.
Totally agree.
Valentine was better than Soul Survivors. I actually like Valentine.
I also agree with that.
Joyride with the dearly departed Paul Walker, Lily Sobieski, and Steve Zahn. That's better.
Wait, no, that movie has an unfair advantage to Soul Survivors. It has
What's that?
tension and rudimentary interest by the viewer.
Yes. Yeah. Hannibal from 2001,
Yeah.
which it's better. Ichi the Killer,
Oh, yeah.
better. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Ghost of Mars, I would rather watch. And I love John Carpenter. I just don't love Ghost of Mars. But I would watch Ghost of Mars twice.
That's the only one. That's the only one I'll say. Because I just watched Ghosts of Mars, and it bucked me like a bronco. Like, the last 30 minutes of that movie are the biggest waste of my fucking time ever. Like, I swear, I'm not even kidding. I'll rewatch Soul Survivors before I watch Ghosts of Mars.
Wow.
But that's just
Bones with Snoop Dogg, I haven't seen that. That could possibly be worse than Soul Survivors, but I'm not going to bet on it.
No. I want to see Final Stab.
Final Stab. I have that.
David
Have I seen it?
D. Or Cotu.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That looks awesome.
I mean,
compared to Soul Survivor.
Like The Devil's Backbone, that was from 2001.
Oh, yeah.
From Hell was from 2001.
Oh, I know.
To be honest, to be fair, there are some in this list that could possibly be worse, like Wishmaster 3 Beyond the Gates of Hell. That could be worse.
Right.
Tremors 3 Back to Perfection.
Mm.
That could be worse. I don't know. It could be. Children of the Living Dead, that's probably worse.
Oh, I've always wanted to see that. I've never heard a single positive thing about that.
But there was a second part to your question, Tom?
There sure was. The second part of the question is, pick any film from 2001 from any genre that is worse than Soul Survivors.
Okay, again, I just Googled 2001 movies, and I found my answer really quickly. I don't have any runners up whatsoever. It's this film or bust, and that is the film K-Pax.
No way! No fucking way you picked that.
K-Pax,
God.
It's got that smarmy Kevin Spacey that was like,
shit.
he was still smarmy. Like, I like Kevin Spacey.
Of course.
It's got Jeff Bridges, who I've never been a fan of, and he's got a mouthful of hornets all the time. And he's just like, is he an alien? Is he not? Has he got powers?
Oh my God.
Why do I care? K-Pax, dude, we're living in the Matrix. I don't care.
Dude.
I really don't.
Want to guess what I picked for the worst thing I saw that year?
What did you pick?
I picked K-Pax.
You're fucking kidding me.
That's why
That's amazing.
Dude, that's why I laugh so hard. Let me tell you something, man. Oh, my God. Okay. My in-laws rented that, and we were hanging out, having pizza, watching K-Pax, and I just was like ants in my pants, like just so bored, so insulted by how stupid that fucking movie is that I was just like, get me out of here. Get me the fuck out of here. It was so funny. I hated that movie. Hated it. Woo.
Terrible. It's just terrible.
And
that is so funny that we picked that because we didn't know. I didn't tell you.
Nope.
You didn't tell me.
Uh,
All the people that are big fans of K-Pax just turned us off.
Oh my God. So I had some runners up. The big runner up was another Kevin Spacey movie, The Shipping News.
Never saw it.
Same year, obviously. And it was an adaptation of a decent book. I thought the book was okay.
Yeah.
I did not know. Okay, clock. I did not know that the translation to screen would be so fucking boring and so off. Like, the book is kind of like the fantastic realism. Like, it's a little weird. And the movie just is nothing. It's nothing. It's so... Oh, my God. Speaking of big, huge wastes of time, yeah. So, yeah. I don't remember my other runners-up. I wrote a bunch down, but that's the main one. Had to share.
So Kevin Spacey just took all the awards this year from us.
Yep. All the 14 year too late awards.
Man, I knew a dude that was into K-Pax.
Did he snort it or did he shoot it up?
He shot it up. Roll that shit up and
like
smoke
a drug.
it.
They were doing K-Pax at the raves and Soul Survivors.
Yeah, everybody had a big double dose of K-Pax. Oh man, it was. Ugh.
Wow. All right. This was
Later. You will remember me saying that Jeff Bridges has a mouthful of hornets, and you will laugh.
And I will. I like it. I think I chuckled or I chortled. Maybe I just snorkeled.
I prefer snorkeled.
What are we doing next time, sir? What is our next episode? Because I think it's a big one, dude.
It is. We are going to be taking an in-depth look at a series of horror films that you might not expect for us to do the entire series.
Yep.
Which includes a remake.
Oh, shit.
It's 4 parts and a remake.
Damn.
And Richard and I will be daringly covering the Prom Night series.
Oh, fuck. That's Prom Night, the original, Prom Night 2, 3, and 4, which I forget exists sometimes. And then the movie we wish didn't exist, the Prom Night remake.
Yes. And I bought for the show specifically, I bought Prom Night 3 and 4 on a double disc.
Yeah.
And I bought the remake.
Damn.
And even knowing I've seen the remake.
Me too.
And we'll get to that, I'm sure, but
excited.
I bought it too so I would have it for the show because I love the show.
Hey, thank you. I love it too. Let's keep doing it.
But it was totally worth it. I really, really, really think that Synapse did a fantastic job with that Prom Night Blu-ray, and I'm already looking forward to seeing it again for the show.
Yep, me too.
Of course, we'll get all of our opinions then.
Yeah.
But no, I'm really looking forward to delving into that. It'll be a big show.
Very big. Before we go, though, I have a Hello, This is the Doomed Show exclusive for you guys out there. Recently, my band, Gyrojets, who I'm in with my pal Sam, we wrote a song about Anne the Babysitter from Lucio Fulci's House by the Cemetery. The song is called Anne the Babysitter.
No way.
We haven't released this yet anywhere.
You heard it here first, folks.
So I'm going to fire up the song in a moment, and hey, right into the show. We love to hear from you guys. Doomed Moviethon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to David Person on Facebook.
Oh, shit,
Him and I talk back and forth. He listens to the show. Solid guy.
He is indeed.
Apparently, he is a cassette tape.
Oh, that's my favorite kind of person.
I know, I'm not prejudiced, so it doesn't bother me.
He's a laser disc.
Great guy.
Yeah. So yeah, right into the show. doomedmoviethon@gmail.com. And we are ready for anything, man. Write in. Tell us you love Soul Survivors. Why don't we have a competition to see who can pick a movie we're going to cover.
Okay.
All you have to do is write in, and if we like your suggestion, we'll cover it.
I'm not going to write in because I already get to pick movies for the show.
Me too.
I just wanted to put that out there.
Yes. So yeah, write in and talk to us. We like
Yes,
feedback.
please. We don't have enough ideas.
Hell no. We don't have the next 35 to 50 episodes picked out. But hey, if you have a question, like, hey, what about insert subgenre here? And make a list of your favorite titles from insert subgenre here. And we'll talk about them.
Yeah, we will.
Whatever.
Expertly or not.
Always. Exportly. Well, I'm still pretty portly. I'm not exportly.
No, me neither. Play the song, Richard.
Okay, Brad, good night, and thank you for talking to me about Soul Survivors.
Thank you for having me here on this chilly evening.
Is it really chilly by you?
No, it's May.
Because the weather was really nice today.
It was nice here.
Oh.
Yeah. Good night, folks.
Bye. Listen to the song.
Where are you? Are you down there? You want me to come down and help you? Please, answer me.
I was just a kid, so I never said how much I love you. Mannequin head, I'm a grown-up corpse. I can brave the cellar, and I promise I'll retrieve your head. Don't know you, he know you, he know you. Mother, don't get you, she get you, she get you. Father, don't know you, he know you, he know you. Mother, don't get you, she get you, she get you. Don't know you, he know you, he know you. Mother, don't get you, she get you, she get you. Father, don't know you, he know you, he know you. Mother, don't get you, she get you, she get you.
If you would like to contact Hello, this is the Doomed Show. Please email us at doomedmoviethong@gmail.com or check us out at facebook.com/Hello Doomed Show. We are also on Twitter. Sorry about that. At Doomed Moviethong. #Hello Doomed Show. For the old ass episodes that you missed, find our archived episodes at doomedmoviethong.com. Don't forget to eat fruit and veggies.
Hello, my name is Rod Barnett.
I'm Troy Gwynn.
And we are your genial co-hosts for NashyCast, the podcast about the films of Paul Naschy. If you don't know who Paul Naschy is, you need to learn.
Spanish horror icon, writer, director, actor, makeup artist.
He is all of these things and more. Paul Naschy, one of the greatest genre filmmakers of all time. Do titles like Horror Rises from the Tomb,
Vengeance of the Mummy, Werewolf Shadow,
House of Psychotic Women,
Blue Eyes of the Broken Doll,
Mark of the Werewolf make you want to see more?
Watch the film, then come hear our stunning, brilliant commentary.
Stunning and brilliant. That's us. Think that's too egotistical? Think that sounds silly? Think we come off as assholes?
Look, if nothing else, let us tell you this. Blood, nudity, beautiful women, werewolves and turtlenecks.
Nipples. Lots of nipples. Both male and female. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's going to want to listen to us after this, man. Find us at The Bloody Pit of Rod, or
you can subscribe to us on iTunes.
Give us a listen. And if we scare you too much, well, maybe Spanish horror is not your thing. I don't know. 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 Your thing. I don't know.